So I bought one of these $99 Walmart trailers, and actually I really like this thing. I had a trailer before, and it felt like it was kind of a homemade rig. Like they put bigger tires on. It had like 24-inch or 20-inch tires, but anyways, every time you pulled it, it felt like you were dragging 6 cinder blocks down the road, and I really didn't like it. So, but anyways, I'm just gonna kind of make this video just kind of talk about what I like about this one. It's much easier to pull than I thought it would. It doesn't drag like my other one did, and I like how my old one had a triangle thing that wedged right in here, and I didn't want it to get in the way of the chain and sprockets. So, but this one, it's just got a pin, and it's got this kind of connection on it, so that makes it pretty nice. And also this strap, you just wrap it around and clip it down here, I guess in case the spring breaks or in case it comes loose. But anyways, that's just for extra protection. The best part about this trailer, and none of the other reviews mentioned anything about it, at least the ones I watched, but anyways, the best part about this trailer is that there's no inner tubes. They're just solid rubber tires. The bad thing is the rims are plastic, so you wouldn't want to put a whole lot of weight in there. It says like 80 pounds is the maximum. I don't know. You wouldn't want to put probably more than 40-50 pounds if you were going very fast, but at least you don't have to change the flat tires all the time, because that would really suck. And this rain cover actually works pretty good. It rained the other day pretty good at nighttime, and the only thing that got a little bit wet was that piece of cardboard at the very bottom towards the front, because it must have seeped through here a little bit. But other than that, that rain cover kept everything pretty dry. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna order some spare parts so I don't have to, so I don't get broke down on the side of the road, like out in the middle of nowhere. So let's pull this head off and see what kind of piston it has. It'll either have the high hole or the low hole, but I want to figure out which one it is. Alright, so let me see if you can just take my word for it. The cylinder looks not too bad, but the piston, however, already has some gouging on the one side. And this is a high hole. This is very important. I didn't realize this the first time I tried to fix one of these. But there's two kinds of pistons. One has the hole right in the middle. That's the high hole piston. And then the other one, the hole is closer to the bottom. And that's the low hole piston. So when you go to order a new one, you have to take it apart first and know which one to order. I didn't realize that the first time I needed to replace one on this other kit. I ordered one off of eBay. I didn't know there was a difference, and sure enough I got the wrong one. So yeah, always take it apart and figure out which piston it is first. There's two kinds, the one where the hole's in the middle and the one where the hole's at the bottom. This one's right in the middle, so this is the high hole. I don't know if it's the A or B on the website, but it's the one in the middle. Alright, now it's back together. Yeah, before I've had the exhaust bolts. I've lost exhaust bolts. I've lost... It wouldn't be a bad idea to carry a spare piston, a spark plug, a master link, and I'm probably going to start carrying an extra gear, a front drive gear, now that one's stripped out on me. Oh, and also this little plastic part on the chain tensioner. I used to carry an extra one of those with me. And it's never a bad idea, just because it's plastic and it gets brittle. I mean, this one's pretty new, so I don't think it'll break anytime soon, but it's never a bad idea to have an extra one of those with you, and a link for the chain, a master link. Some people carry a whole extra chain, but I think just at least, if nothing else, at least carry a spare master link, you know. But or some baling wire, in case you got to redneck it, you know. Is this the perfect place to sleep, or what? I slept here a couple nights ago, or I slept here for a couple nights last week. Hold on, I'll go around front so you can see. See, look. You'd never even know it was back there. Yeah, so this happened this morning. I was cruising along, and all of a sudden the tire was like bouncing. I'd be going down the road and it would bounce like every so often. And so I pulled over and looked at the tire, and there was a big old bulge. And then so I'm like, all right, well, I just kept going. At least it's still rideable. And then after a little while, I was cruising along, and all of a sudden, bang, sounded like a gunshot. Sure enough, it blew a hole right out the side of there's like a big old gash in the side of the thing. So I just took some duct tape, and I've already rode like 5 miles, and it seems to be holding up so far. Alrighty, so I got that sprocket off of there, and because this one was so stripped out, it was hard to get it to jam it up, to keep it from moving. I couldn't hold it still to get the nut off. So what I did was I took the spark plug off and put a piece of string. I took this piece of string and I just fed it down the spark plug hole until there was only about an inch hanging out. And then I tried it again, and the string will jam up the piston and keep it from turning. So that's how you get that nut loose, if there's nothing to grab onto, you know. So anyways, but yeah, I got this changed out, and now I'm gonna put the chain on and see if it... Oh, I had a blowout this morning, and yeah, that's gonna have to get addressed in the next couple days. So I'm not going very far. From here I'll go maybe to Walmart, and then that's it, you know, or a Big 5 or something like that. So alright, got the chain on. Now all I need to do is get a new tire. I don't know. I bet I can get another 20 miles out of that one. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Well, for the record, I made it about 6 or 8 miles before it went flat. and I put air in it, and I could hear air coming out right here. So that's where that bad spot is on the tire. So whatever, it must have been rubbing it the wrong way. But yeah, that's gonna have to be changed.